Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late night Money in the Bank 2024 review. Grab your Coca-Colas, drink it magnificently, aspire missing bitches go, oh shit, cheers. Already pour myself, you know, oh shit indeed, it's good stuff, alright, cheers. It's good stuff there. Nothing like a nice Coca-Cola. Making the bitches go, oh shit, on the big black couch, give it to a chick. Aspire makes bitches go, oh shit. It's good stuff. Um, the show wasn't actually too bad. It was actually, I would say honestly, it was actually a good show for the most part. I will say that it actually was most part a good show. I actually did not hate the show. Was it better than last year? Nah, I'm not really. I mean, I will go on to say I enjoyed the Money in the Bank ladder match. The first match, I enjoyed that actually. Definitely took me by surprise of how good it was. It's just again lack of star power, but I'm happy with the right guy winning. Oh, they wasted the Money in the Bank. We'll talk about it, but you see, it makes sense in story, okay? And we'll explain why it's an okay. What they did was okay. There was actually quite a few botches on the show tonight with a lot of matches, but it is what it is. It wasn't like the end of the day. Not a bad show. It was definitely newsworthy. That's for damn show. Damn sure it's newsworthy. I will talk about it. I basically already made a video about that, and I'm gonna do a future video about that person's certain career because it's coming. We are unfortunately dealing now. We are unfortunately in the time where one of the best, like it or not, one of the best in the past 20 years is going to sadly retire. So we're going to talk about it. But yeah, so like this was a newsworthy show. That's for damn sure. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So the show started with like the national anthems of both U.S. and Canada because it was after all Independence Day for both countries. You know, USA and Canada. Well, obviously Canada being first, and because they're in Canada, they did both. So yeah, whatever. First match, Drew McIntyre, or as my buddy Trap who say Drew McIntyre. I can't say how she says it. It's funny how she says it. I like it. Um, Drew McIntyre defeated Jey Uso, Chad Gable, LA Knight, Andrade, and who else? Carmelo Hayes in a six-man Money in Bank ladder match. So both Money Bank ladder matches were just six people this year, not eight. Not a big problem in my honest opinion. At least it lessens the jobberish or basically over doing of too many people. I guess I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? Um, It just the problem with this match is it lacked a lot of star power, but you know what? I'm just happy that we had the right winner. We had the right winner, and no matter how people are gonna say and probably complain about what happened with the Money in the Bank cash in that happened tonight, it doesn't matter, and it's honestly a good thing. So McIntyre won. I'm actually happy he won this. It made sense for story. And again, people think, oh, Money Bank winner should be always a new up and coming star. Okay, well, guess what? What's gonna happen when they fucking win the title? And lead to them freaking losing you have to understand. This is the problem with freaking all these stupid people who want always a new guy to win Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble rather than something to make sense storyline. You have to understand what sense does it make for these guys who are not like established upper mid card or main eventers aside from maybe like Jey Uso? How does it make any sense for all these guys to become world champions immediately? Just saying, because all these guys are not even ready to be world champions. They're not ready to be like main eventers. And I'm tired of, unfortunately, that a lot of these wrestlers, who, this has been a problem. This was a problem with guys like AJ Styles. Um, like, for again, this is the problem with like a lot of people, even the Miz. Um, a lot of people, unfortunately, who they would win the WWE Championship and then they'll win the mid card titles. Like, that's a problem. It should be the other way around, where you build yourself up with the mid card championships, then you win the world titles, and you're staying in the main event. You don't go back to the mid card. That's been a problem. Look at guys like AJ Styles, for fuck's sakes. That's happened to AJ Styles, where he would go back to the mid card after winning the world title. That's not how it's supposed to be. And again, having these people win the world title, I know. So, like, I remember this happened with Sheamus. That was not good with Sheamus. Like, having Sheamus winning, mid the world title, then mid card titles, then world title, then going back to a mid card title. Like, that's not how you do it. You know what I mean? That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be a world champion once you win the world championship. You're a main eventer. But yeah, I'm happy McIntyre won, because again, not everybody in this match were like ready to be and again, with McIntyre, he is one of the bigger star. Again, he is the star. Like or not, he's on his best heel run, and again, the Money Bank help contributes to the story. I have no problem with it. Okay, really no problem with it. So, and the match was actually not bad. The match was actually a very good ladder match. It was a good ladder match. You had some spots. Them using the ladders obviously was good. Like, actually using the ladders, the spots they did and the moves they did using the ladder. The only thing I would say that was stupid is Chad Gable German suplexing a ladder to the person. Like, shouldn't you German suplex the person onto a ladder? You had Andrade did a sunset flip powerbomb onto, I think, I don't know who it was, maybe Carmelo Hayes, when the ladder was on the bridge. LA Knight got back body dropped to the ladder by Chad Gable. The match was pretty good, though. Towards the ending, Jey Uso. So Chad Gable, he held the briefcase on the top. He fell down, body first. Jey Uso did a spear. He climbed up after Jey Uso climbed to get the briefcase, but then McIntyre threw a ladder and then Claymore, and that's how McIntyre wins after that. Like, he reached the briefcase and unhooks it, wins the match. It actually, again, I like the match. I think this was definitely the better one, definitely the best match of the night, probably. Definitely the better ladder match of the two with the women and shit like that. It was definitely the way better match. It was not bad, man. I will say that was definitely one of the better ladder matches in, like, I would say, recent memory. Honestly, it was better paced, and sure, AEW had the table spot with their recent ladder match, but at least with this, you had people someone know, and I'm not saying that the people in they're all new. They're more known than AEW people, but at the end of the day, at least the right person won, the cooler person won, and helped contribute to the story. So no problem with that. I enjoyed the opening match. We again get some fucking teasers for the stupid show, The Boys, whatever, the stupid show where the Homelander shit. I just don't like Homeland. I think Homelander is just gay and whatever, my own opinion. I just don't like that show even more because I hate how that show basically ruined Call of Duty for me. I hate that freaking people look at that Call of Duty game and look back like, oh, The Boys, when again a game is supposed to be based on a war, and yet you're catering to fucking weirdos. That's my problem. Yeah, so they did that. Second match. Sami Zayn defeated Braun Breaker to retain the Intercontinental Championship. All I have to say is I'm sorry, but this match made Braun Breaker look fucking weak. And Braun Breaker should have not definitely lose to Sami Zayn. it was too early anyways for Braun Breaker to basically maybe face Sami Zayn. And again, I would have liked it better if they had Chad Gable defeating Sami Zayn, becoming the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know why the hell was Chad Gable in this match, even though again he had again, to be fair, Chad Gable helped made the ladder match, a bit better. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem if even Sami Zayn was in the ladder match. That's what makes me think, like, why wasn't even like maybe even Sami Zayn was in this ladder match? Maybe they could have built up that story even more too. I don't know, something. Just something, man. First of all, I don't even think this match needed to happen. Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. But again, this match made Braun Breaker look fucking weak. A guy who's supposed to be very intense, a guy who looks like a fucking star, who looks he is the badass like he says he is, and yet he fucking lose the Finley to Sami Zayn. Like, guys like Brock again, this is supposed to be our like modern Brock Lesnar, for fuck's sakes, and yet Sami Zayn is able to beat Braun Breaker like this. What sense does that make? I don't care you're a freaking Sami Zayn fan and you're a smart. What world is it that Braun Breaker, a guy who's, again, all about intensity, the guy who looks like the way he is, and he loses to Finley to fucking Sami Zayn? What are we doing here? I'm sorry, that ruins the guy for me. It's not believable. It looks stupid. It's retarded. And Braun Breaker is going to lose to Sami Zayn? This is why I was worried that this match was happening, because, again, this company is a hard-on for Sami Zayn. And they're going to have him beat Braun Breaker? What? Oh, but Braun Breaker's going to get another win? Oh, he's going to get another match with Sami Zayn after losing the guy? And then that's all of a sudden you're going to have him win? Like, this company didn't even have, like, they didn't do, like, a stupid finish where, like, Sami Zayn barely beats Braun Breaker. It just, he definitely beat him. Give me a break, man. Oh, but Braun Breaker had a good showing. First of all, I did not care for the match. But come on here, Braun Breaker. Oh, he had a good showing. No, he did. You look retarded. That's not how it's fucking supposed to be. You're not supposed to have Braun Breaker, a guy who could be one of your biggest future stars, who looks like the way he does. And again, he is somebody. The guy is a star. The guy was, after all, your biggest NXT star for a reason. And then you did this. It's so retarded, man. I'm sorry. It's so retarded. I would have rather Braun Breaker just definitely beat the guy. But no, it's just... I don't know, man. Beating Braun Breaker clean, man. That makes him look fucking weak. That really does. Cleanly beating him? Come on, man. Anyways, we then had Trish Stratus. So Trish Stratus was the host of Money in the Bank. She didn't do much on the show, but it was good seeing her. No doubt about it. She's always still, even to this day, she's invited to the Big Black Couch to make her go, oh shit, oh shit. God bless Trish Stratus. She then introduces John Cena, because like, she's talking about all the moments, but then she says, oh, let me introduce a person who I returned one time to team up with. The 60-time world champion, John Cena. So John Cena made a surprise appearance. I was thinking about it based on the announcement he said. They should have actually honestly done like something big where John Cena has a big announcement. I think that would have been really cool if they did that. If they honestly had that separate occasion where John Cena will appear, and he could have been like, and the thing would be that he has an announcement. Again, that would have been a way to hype the show better, and then it would have been so sudden where, oh, John Cena's retiring. But yeah, I already talked about this on a mini short video, but I'm gonna talk more in depth about this. So John Cena, he comes out, he says, "The last time is now," and that already made a lot of people worried. Even like, oh shit, he's actually retiring. I know a lot of people, again, people who grew up watching WWE in the early Ruthless Aggression era towards the PG era, a lot of them kind of, listen, I was born in 1999 and I started watching wrestling since I was a baby. I cannot lie, and I know I kind of lied originally on my YouTube, just the same cool. Um, Listen, I'm not saying there was not a reason to hate John Cena, but there were things to hate about John Cena. But I was a Cena fan. To be fair, I know that makes me look like a fucking all good, because again, being a Cena fan was supposedly uncool, especially during the PG era. But again, I was more watching. Again, I was watching in the early days of I was watching the later days of the Attitude Era, and I was watching, obviously the Ruthless Aggression era. People liked Cena during the Ruthless Aggression era, so I was a fan of John Cena. Again, he was the Hulk Hogan for the 90s, or for the late 90s, or you can say just the early 2000 kids, because technically I'm not a 90s kid because I was born in September 1999 and I'm turning 25 soon. John Cena was basically the Hulk Hogan of my generation. I love the guy. Again, I was the biggest Cena fan in my school and shit like that. I was the biggest Cena fan. And then I became a Cena hater because it was the cool thing to do at a certain time. Not that there was not a reason to hate John Cena. Trust me, there were things that to be annoyed and hate John Cena for. But then now you're looking back now, and as I'm older, and again, to be fair, if you really think about it, the guy, I like the guy more so than I did before. And I respect him. I appreciate him, especially with now how bad wrestling is now. So it's kind of like a little weird love hate relationship. But if I have to fucking say it, I am a Cena fan. Fuck it, I like Cena. I grew up with the guy. This is obviously very bittersweet because again, as a guy who grew up watching WWE during the Ruthless Aggression era, because that was more so what I was more familiar with wrestling, and the PG era. I mean, I hated the PG era. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but sadly, the early is a PG era so much better than current modern WWE. Isn't that sad? I mean, I still, in a way, I didn't hate the original start of the PG era, but then when you seen guys like Shawn Michaels retiring at the time, Batista leaving WWE at the time, like Edge basically retiring, around 2010 was definitely the downfall of, in my opinion, WWE. Definitely that was more so like if you really think about it, 2009, so much better than current WWE, so much better. 2009, think of the quality. Even look at like Trump Raw. Remember Trump Raw, for fuck's sakes? And that was in 2009, folks. Obviously, the big problem is like when John Cena would say, "Oh, WWE's for 9-year-olds." That's a big problem. Like that's not cool. Okay. And also, again, like what turned me off with John Cena is like, for the Foley budget mustard. Like, what kind of promo is that? Like, give me a break. But again, I did grow up with Cena. I was a Cena fan. So seeing what happened today, definitely, it brought me like, holy shit, he's actually fucking retiring. And, it also gives you that kind of perspective like, wow, all our heroes or all the people who actually made this business very entertaining, one of the last few people who actually are going to be gone. And like it or not, John Cena is the last big star that WWE has ever had. Roman Reigns is very close now. And you know what? They had made Roman Reigns to a bigger star than he was a few years ago. And now he is maybe somewhat, maybe a little bit of the same tier. I'm not saying he's like really the same tier as John Cena, but in terms of like popularity, in terms of like star value, sure. But the thing is with WWE's goal, they don't even care making new stars anymore or having a legit top babyface star. Sure, it's Cody, but he's not even like a star. Let's be for real here. But yeah, unfortunately, John Cena is sadly one of the last true stars that WWE has, because they want to advertise as a brand, because they don't want people going to Hollywood and shit like that. That's what's going to happen now. So John Cena officially retiring. That's definitely it's a sad shame, a darn shame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot lie. Let's go through what he said. John Cena. Um, let me. So what he said basically. Oh, what a time to be here. It's great to be here, Canada. I came here for a reason because I want to say something because Canada is one of the best towns, whatever. Okay, but then he says, I have a big announcement to make. I want to also try to find. Hold on a second. Da, da, da. He says, I have a big announcement to make, and I want to do it here in Canada. It said tonight I am officially announcing my retirement from the WWE. This obviously made a lot of people, wow, oh my God, I can't believe he's actually retiring, and made everyone shocked. All the Cena fans, all even the Cena haters, especially people like me who was a Cena fan then turned Cena hater because it was a cool thing to do, but then who did hate Cena for like all the corny G-rated horseshit that he has made WWE to be. But then we started to love him because we realized, yes, he's not really that bad. He had a bad reputation, and we appreciate him now. Now, the fact that he's retiring, everybody's sad now. I just don't like that people are regarding John Cena as like the greatest of all time. Like, think he's like Stone Cold. In my opinion, he's never gonna be the same tier as Stone Cold. But unfortunately, he is, because again, like, they fucking made him to be. And you know what? He is like, again, you can't deny he is one of the last big stars that WWE has ever had. So I can't blame people for even thinking he's like one of the best. But like, what can you do? It's sad. So he announced his retirement. Obviously, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Like, holy shit, he's actually fucking retiring. And it's like, man, it made me just realize, man, not only that our childhood heroes is getting old and we're losing all our top stars to whoever made this cup. Like, we're being near to WWE no longer being legit watchable. Because I'm sorry, let's be honest here. John Cena was honestly, like, whenever he comes back, it's one of the reasons why you would care about watching wrestling, okay? Modern wrestling, in my opinion, is trash. Oh, I know all the smarts, they like to pretend wrestling is still good, but I'm telling you, when guys like Cena is retiring, this is why you're going to lose when they officially retire. When guys like Roman Reigns, John Cena, Edge, even even though he's in AEW, when a lot of these guys are gone, watch. You're going to struggle big time with wrestling now. And WWE is going to struggle big time when for some reason, they have this idea that they don't need big stars. What's going to happen now when they officially retire? You know what I mean? You already no longer have Undertaker. Undertaker's retired now. Now Cena's retiring. Triple H is already retired. Again, he retired because of his heart issue. Shawn Michaels is gone. A lot of these wrestlers that we know and love are gone now. Goldberg is basically gone. Brock Lesnar is gone for a while now, but he's probably going to be done. You never know. He probably is done, honestly. He's probably happy to be done. Goldberg's probably happy to be done. We don't have much stars anymore, sadly, folks, to look forward to wrestling. So what does that tell you? I mean, Randy Orton, yes. one, and guys like Rey Mysterio, even like one of the last few stars we have, but they ruined their value. But it's sad. It's sad, you know. Guys like Cena are actually retiring, and it just gets you to realize like, fuck, what's gonna happen now that Cena is officially retired? They're fucked. They're fucked. Okay, WWE is fucked. When you guys have now having Cena officially retiring, you guys are fucked. Like, wow. Like, unless you actually bother to create new stars and actually have big stars, you're fucked. But the thing is, not everybody in this modern WWE has like that star power. Actually, how can I forget also like guys like McIntyre and CM Punk are there. You know, Roman Reigns, yeah, one of the modern stars, but like, man, we are fucked, man. This company is fucked. Like, I gotta tell you, man, we're fucked. So he says, you know, WWE is at a big time, you know, where we have great talent, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be at, you know, for a show like Monday Night Raw going to Netflix, which I will be there. He says, but he says, you know, and I'll also be at my the Royal Rumble. It will be my last Royal Rumble 2025. The Elimination Chamber pay per view will be my last. So confirming there's will be another Elimination Chamber pay per view. Like, god damn, bring back No Way Out for fuck's sakes. And then he says WrestleMania will be his last. So the thing, so here's what's real. People or WWE originally announced that WrestleMania will be his last match. People thought his last match would be at WrestleMania, which is okay. So he said 2025 will be his last. Apparently, during the press conference, and I did watch a press conference, he said WrestleMania 40, wait a minute, they said 35, 41, 2025 will be his last WrestleMania, but not his last match. So basically, the goal for John Cena, he's going to be on from like January to December 2025. He's going to be in WWE for the muchest time he can. It's not a specific where how long, which shows he'll be on and how long his run's going to be. If it's going to be consistently throughout the year. I mean, if you're going to have a farewell tour, you should be on every Raw and SmackDown, basically. You know what I mean? And farewell tour should be like they should definitely make the goal to try to be in every state possible with Cena. You know what I mean? Like this gotta be like Sting in a sense. But what was I tell you now? Sting is retired, and now John Cena is retiring. Like fuck, man. A lot of people we know and love are retiring. Like fuck. Like fuck, man. We screwed now with modern wrestling. All the big stars are gone. Fuck, bro. Shit. Well, man, so then John Cena's like, you know, join me on this ride. It's going to be a hell of a time. And then for the last time, if he wants to, you know, whatever. I don't remember what else he said, but all I will say is that, you know, it is sad. It is sad, especially me, like, growing up watching professional wrestling. And, you know, again, guys like The Undertaker, Edge, Stone Cold The Rock, you know, when they were still in WWE, were guys, you know, Brock Lesnar, Kurt, you know, and then when they were gone, like, you know, Undertaker not being there entirely full time, obviously John Cena, who became the babyface, again, I was a kid, people like big stars. You know, and I get it. Oh, but Cody Rhodes is the big star. Kids love him. Well, you know, the thing is, I'm sorry. I can't take away what the kids like, but let's be honest here. These kids, compared to John Cena, man, you can't. John Cena is better than Cody Rhodes. And I'm pretty sure, like, more kids were watching John Cena than Cody Rhodes. It's also like the weird fans started liking Cody Rhodes. I'm not saying there's not weird wrestling fans that for some reason think John Cena's the greatest of all time. But come on, like, the fact is John Cena is one of the last stars you have, and now he's retiring man, it's fucking sad. And it just goes to show that WWE is gonna like struggle so much when they have no stars anymore to save their ass if they get low ratings and shitty shows. Like that's for damn sure. And again, come on. They're relying now. They're doing a farewell tour for John Cena. What does that tell you? They clearly care and want to freaking use the guy because they're that desperate to sell WrestleManias. How the fuck are you gonna sell WrestleMania now without fucking John Cena? I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so John Cena will be wrestling for a full year. He's not gonna retire at WrestleMania, but he's gonna be on like every show. He says, also he's asked why 2025. This was WWE's idea. It was for the Netflix debut, and then it's something makes very special. Um, he says he'll give it the advice for the new generation. Remember how bad you wanted the job. Um, yeah. Also, he was asked a bunch of shit and whatever. And he said that after he retires, he'll be officially done. He's no longer gonna try and make cameos. Like when he's done, he's done. He'll be retiring his wrestling attire. He'll no longer wear the jorts anymore. He'll just be appearing with suits and ties, and he's not looking to do anything after his career in terms of like cameos, like in-ring action cameos and whatever. So basically, at WrestleMania or not WrestleMania, when he officially retires from the end of 2025, because 2025 is basically the entire year is John Cena, and they really got to try to make that year very big. John Cena is going to basically, the last attitude adjustment that happens or whatever, the last thing we see with John Cena in reaction in the end of 2025, that's like it we see with Cena in terms of action. So, like, damn. Like, that's sad. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, that's the last of Cena we're going to see. I don't know what to tell you. Even CM Punk says, I'm going to try to get him out, I'm not going to let him retire. Like, CM Punk was funny in the press conference or whatever. Oh, I'm not supposed to mention CM Punk, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, man. So John Cena's officially retiring. Thank you, Cena. And it definitely is sad and darn shame that he's officially retiring. Because again, like it or not, the guy, he carried WWE during the PG era. Sure, they lost ratings, but he kept the company. He kept the company, like it or not, the same balance. It just when he was winding down his career, that's when you noticed the shift down to making people less care. And like it or not, WWE without John Cena, when they were like less likely having John Cena, it really ruined them. It really did. And not just that, like losing on John Cena when he was transitioned to now part timer and becoming more of Hollywood definitely hurt them. And yeah, it's just sad. I gotta tell you. Yeah, honestly, like Reigns really got bad when John Cena started. But yeah, there you go. John Cena's officially retiring, folks. Like, well, that's sad. Like, that's crazy. I'll try to do a video talking more about that, but that's sad, folks. I'm not gonna lie. Um, the third match. Damian Priest retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a cash-in by McIntyre. So it was Rollins versus Priest. The match was fine, but there was actually some botches, and it looked very sloppy. I'm not gonna lie to you, the match looked very sloppy. There was an instance where Rollins, he thought he won. There was a miscue. Damian Priest did not kick out or whatever, so basically Rollins kind of won, but he didn't. I don't know. Some miscues happened. Like the match looked sloppy. Like the moves that were done were sloppy. McIntyre did show up when at a time where it didn't look like enough damage, in my honest opinion. And yeah, this was the second time in history where a person cashed in during a match. McIntyre, he had the match won after the all some false maneuvers by Priest and Rollins, making McIntyre almost win the World Championship. But then then CM Punk showed up. This was bound to happen, okay? And a lot of people are angry. It's still real to them. Yeah, so CM Punk showed up. He costed McIntyre the match. He attacked him, punching him, whatever. So CM Punk comes back, but he doesn't take back his bracelet, whatever. He comes back. He's punching on McIntyre. He gets a steel chair, hitting McIntyre repeatedly. He then glances on the World Heavyweight Championship. And you would think, he doesn't like McIntyre, but maybe he'll let McIntyre win because, he's going to probably get the World Championship. And this could lead to maybe Punk and McIntyre, despite the whole Gunter shit, right? But no, they didn't do that. McIntyre got hit with the title. Then CM Punk sits down in the announce table, and that leads to Damian Priest winning with the South of Heaven chokeslam, and he won the match. So Damian Priest is still the world champion, and Rollins was not pinned. And McIntyre is very angry. He was angry. They showed him at the press conference. He was angry. He knocked Adam Pearce by accident, but he was very angry, and Wade Barrett had to get involved. It was, again, this heel McIntyre thing, it makes sense. It's good. So people think this is a problem where McIntyre wasted a Money Bank shot. In my honest opinion, who the fuck cares? Because, again, it leads to story. Again, it builds up that hatred with Rollins and Punk, especially since Bad Blood is going to be a pay-per-view now in October. And they announced, it's coming back in October. They announced again on the show. They already announced it earlier in their website. Bad Blood is coming back in October 1st, folks. Oh, it's coming back in October 5th, I think, whatever. The same day as the original Bad Blood pay-per-view back in 1997. They're going to plan to do Rollins and McIntyre and Punk. Clearly, that match is going to be inside the cell. Do you guys not get that this is story? And again, Punk is going to make McIntyre pay. It's bound to happen. Sure, it's repetitive, but at the same time, it builds the story. And obviously, it makes McIntyre look dumb, but also it may make Punk look dumb. Like, why wouldn't he, save the title for him? He could be first in line type of shit. But in the end of the day, he did say, he doesn't want him to have good things at Clash of Castle, whatever. But, I don't know. It just, at the end of the day, it builds the hatred of each two. And it's good. Building that hatred is a good thing. It makes you care. So, I can't complain. The hatred of the feud is good. It's building up that heat. So, I like it. Sure, does it make Rollins and McIntyre look dumb? Kind of, but it's all, again, it's built to the story. And, why doesn't he just maybe hold on to the briefcase? Or why didn't maybe just some other guy hold on to the briefcase? Again, they just had Damian Priest have the Money briefcase for how long, and they had no plans with it. Clearly, they had a plan with this Money Bank briefcase, and who cares if they wasted it? It built up the story. And again, if McIntyre was to win, what, do you want to see McIntyre and Gunter again? I don't know. Sure, they're doing Damian Priest versus Gunter announced, but again, my thing, what they should do is on Monday Night Raw, and even though they made this business, so they mentioned how Rollins lost and he can't challenge for Priest. He's angry at Punk or whatever. I would like it if they could do this thing where the stipulation is like, Rollins did not get pinned. He cost his match, and this would lead to okay, we're officially going to do a rematch. We did not get a definitive match. We're going to do it all over again. this time on Monday Night Raw, Rollins versus Priest, World Heavyweight Championship. Simple as that. I would do that. Who cares? Do that match. You end the show with Rollins winning, and then Gunter confronts him, whatever. It'll be Rollins and Gunter, and you could do something with Priest and Balor, since that's like the plan. It's not so hard to write a wrestling show. But again, at the end of the day, what they did on Money Bank, it's all right. It's all right. It's good. What else happened? I don't remember what else happened actually. After that, yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's announced that Priest versus Gunter is happening. Again, that's an odd match to do as heel versus heel. Hopefully, that's not the case. Fourth match, the women's ladder match. Tiffany Stratton, ladies and gentlemen. Tiffany Stratton, who's invited to my Big Black Couch, defeated Chelsea Green, who's invited to my Big Black Couch too. She's from Canada, good. Zoe Stark, Lyra Valkyria, who? Oh, Bird Lady. I mean, she's, I love her, but she's basically Paige without the fun. Bird Lady, Io Sky, and the hipster predator Naomi. Yeah, big sexy black bitch. I got my big weave and shit. Gotta go Shakisha your ass. Tiffany Stratton won. I'm happy she won. Not only attractive women like her, but also like really good in ring. This ladder match though included so many botches, especially with Zoe Stark. Oh, they did dangerous moves. This was nowhere going to be cleared to the men. I did not really care for the match, but whatever. They put their body on the line, but I did not really care. They had tables in this match, so people were chanting, "We want tables in the." They were chanting, "We want tables in the fucking men's Money Bank ladder match," but they didn't do it. But they did it with the women. Whatever, but it didn't. No one cared. I will say, what was I going to say? That, good spot with Chelsea Green. It's, with the table. It's just a problem. Again, I hate Michael Cole, and I hate that people act like he's a great commentator. He's like, oh my God, Chelsea Green, how about the table? Like, he's hamming up this stupid comment, like, shut up! And I blame all these fucking people, fake praising Michael Cole. Like, y'all gave for that. So that happened. And the main event, the main event really, this was that happened. But before the main event, Tiffany Stratton confronts Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus interview, like, oh, what a great show it was. And then Tiffany Stratton's like, it's about time for like little old you that cheer for little me or whatever. It's like, it may have been Trishy time, but it's like Tiffy time now. And then like Trish has like toodles, like you could, some people thought I could be gone, but I could always come back on. Okay, so toodles, and then like, I gotta go, toodles. It was cute. Okay, it was cute. I like, again, it's hot women interacting. It just, it would be nice to see them interact, especially in the Big Black Couch. You know what I mean? The main event, the Bloodline, which is Solo, the debut of Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa, or was it Tamatunga? Tonga Loa was not wrestling. I thought he was going to wrestle. I'm surprised that Solo, what's his name? Jacob Fatu was actually wrestling. They defeated Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was pinned by Solo. So something like you see a theme here. It's kind of similar to last year where the world champion was pinned. So that happened. Not bad match. It's just the problem with this match. It was during the match. It was a bit slow and it was a bit boring. because I did not care. Again, first of all, this match, there was no reason for having this type of match in a pay per view. If you really think about it, this match is really only good for a fucking SmackDown main event or Raw main event, even. Like, you know what? You get the deal, folks. Like, this was not world champ. This was not pay per view quality. We need to have this match at the pay per view. Like, this match was, it would have been good enough to just have as a fucking main event for Raw and SmackDown. And I just don't get why they can't have any ideas to do something with Cody Rhodes where he could have defended his world champion. I mean, you could have even done something with Solo and Cody to lead to SummerSlam. But no, but anyway, Solo team won, with the Samoan Spike after Cody tried to basically win in the end of the match. Eventually, the match, like, while the match was whatever, Jacob Fatu, he was kind of like doing his no selling phase because he's very destructive and can't be taken down easily. Eventually, Solo. Oh, okay. The match became like. So the referee got knocked out. They all hell broke loose. The referee got knocked out again after Jacob Fatu was aiming towards like one of the opposing teams. Kevin Owens did a super kick a bunch of times to Solo. Or not Solo, to Jacob Fatu to lead and him doing a frog splash off the barricade to the table. Harkias on nowhere to everybody basically, but then Samoan Spike to ran to Solo, Samoan Spike to Kevin Owens. Cody kept trying to fight back, but then eventually Jacob Fatu got involved, and then that led to, eventually Solo doing one last Samoan Spike, 1, 2, 3, Solo pins Cody, and that's how the show ends. The show ended kind of abruptly. They didn't end the show properly. Just like, oh, yeah, tune in for the press conference. People were expecting a big thing to happen in the main event. I mean, in a way, I thought this was a kind of mistake to having this match main event the show. I thought even the fucking world title match, which I thought was the main event show, should have probably been the main event. But yeah, the main event, so Solo, it just ends with just Solo winning, Team Solo winning. No, like, I mean, I'm not saying Roman Reigns should have returned, but like, that was like, really, that's it? And like, even like, not even Jimmy Uso to show up, like, wow. I don't know. In the end of the day, like, while I was kind of disappointed with the main event, and the match wasn't terrible, or like the main event stuff, I mean, it's whatever, it's fine. It just really, that's all they had. Like, they didn't, like, why was that really the main event? Like, that could have been just the SmackDown main event, honestly. And that would have been also like really a good way to honestly end a SmackDown. It wouldn't be limited by timing and whatever. I mean, you kind of have to worry about timing sometimes, but you don't get the deal, folks. Like, they wouldn't, there's the stars. Yeah. Yeah. So the Bloodline stand tall. The match show ended. God, they were gonna do a press conference. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, the match wasn't bad. It could have been honestly more exciting, but at the end of the day, the show wasn't that bad, man. It wasn't a bad show. It really wasn't a bad show at all. It was definitely one of the better pay-per-views of the year, I will say. It was fun. It got you excited for SummerSlam, and especially building and story. I'm all about the story. I'm liking what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, and then the press conference happened. That's all I have to say. Overall, man, Money in Bank. I actually did like Money in Bank. I liked the show. I really did. It served its purpose. It made sense. A lot of things like what it did make sense and it did well. It just I don't know. It just is a darn shame that Cena announced his retirement. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm tired. But yeah, man, thank you, Cena. Definitely, darn shame that that's actually happening where he's actually gonna retire. Um, and yeah, man, wow. It just sucks. Like this entire like wrestling shows, they suck. Like, but the ovens were good. Or they're good. I don't know, man. It's definitely a darn shame. Cena retiring, but it sucks. But whatever. But may God bless him. Thank you for the entertainment. The entire shows was, it was actually, it was not a bad show, man. I mean, I didn't care for the jobbers in the Money in the Bank match, but we still made it work, I guess. Shout out to them. Uh, Matt, you know, what else? I don't know what else to really say, honestly. It's just like, okay. We're going to see Cena finally retire, sadly. Can't believe it's happening, but he's going to have 1 year. So we should try to look forward to it, I guess. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, the entire show, man. Though aside that announcement, it was definitely newsworthy and definitely good. Definitely one in the books. Definitely was a good show in my honest opinion. So yeah, that was SmackDown, man. Not SmackDown. That was Money in Bank. Um, yeah, that's all I have to say, people. Thank you guys for watching. You can get your cold, drink your cold drinking magnificently. Spy Miss Business go oh shit, especially in honor of the 16-time world champion, man. The Chatham guy himself. Cheers. Like John Cena's such a fucking chat. Like, no wonder I wanted to be like John Cena. You know what I mean? Fuck. But yeah, man, John Cena officially retiring. What a darn shame, man. That's definitely something to talk about, and that's wow. Um, trying to find something. Where's my glasses? I lost my reading glasses. Fuck. Um, I don't know. I lost something. Can't even find it. I dropped. Well, I do want to try to read the chats or something. Cena is my goat. Well, okay, if you grew up in that era, I think the top four opponents for John Cena should be Cody, CM Punk, and McIntyre, etc. But it looks like Cena's going to have a lot of opponents next year. Yeah, but yeah, those three are not bad opponents, and the person who should beat John Cena beat John Cena, Cody wins. Nah. Cody should not be like, oh, I'm passing the torch. I see that, but I don't want to see Cena and Cody Rhodes, especially with Cody being Cena. In my honest opinion, I don't want to see that. He's going to wrestle 1 full year. That's apparently the case. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully, it'll be a good farewell tour. I hope to see John Cena in a Madison Square Garden or whatever. I hope to see John Cena. That's for damn sure. In one of his farewell tours in New York, hopefully. Yeah. Man, that's a darn shame, man. Cena's actually fucking retiring. Wow. But overall, other than that, man, the show, good show, man. I actually did enjoy Money in Bank. Definitely a fun show. Money in Bank ladder match was good. Priest versus Rollins versus McIntyre. The match did get better with the cash in with McIntyre. I thought, so overall that match that was like decent and not bad. And the main event was not bad too. It just was more pay-per-view worthy. Well, again, 5 matches. With my rating, not bad show, man. Good show. I enjoyed the show. Things happen. Very newsworthy. Good stuff, man. Good stuff with this show. I just wish that Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown were just better. You know what I mean? I will say the pay-per-views are honestly better. The way they do pay-per-views is better. And actually, like, it was definitely pretty weird watching the pay-per-view again in the nighttime, where after so many now it's like so many months we've been watching pay-per-views during, daytimes. It's just my only problem is like, why the fuck was this show not at 8 o'clock? Why it had to be at 7? Whatever. Right? Regardless, that's what's done is done. I'm just keeping it real. Get your games closed magnificently. Spy Miss Bitch go oh shit, oh shit. Thank you, Cena. And yeah. Man, wrestling's just gonna be dying even more when all our favorites are retiring. But hey, until then, the shows are not too bad, That's what I'm gonna say. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye. and broadcast. We're losing that star power, folks. Thank you, Cena. Definitely looking forward to what he's gonna do now.